Welcome. I'm Adrian Cross, Executive Analyst and host of the Agentic Executive. Today, Quiet Data Harvest. How to turn the subtle, underused operational traces into one-line signals you can act on quickly. Most executives check dashboards. Few harvest the quiet traces that actually predict trouble. That gap costs time, money, and optionality.
Good to be here. I'm Amelia Voss. I'll add color and practical examples as we go. Think of this as a short extraction pattern: locate, distill, wire, that anyone can run with minimal engineering.
Hook. Dashboards show what we already decided matters. Quiet traces, error logs, ticket tags, micrometrics, routing latencies are the early warning signals that nobody treats as a decision input. When you surface those reliably, you get earlier detection and measured interventions. That's the core insight. Surface-level telemetry becomes leverage only when you harvest reproducible microsignals tied to action.
Exactly. To make this usable, we break it into 3 moves. Locate the right stream, distill a one-line microsignal with a short baseline, and wire a trigger plus a simple play so the signal produces action, not noise.
Move 1. Locate. Look where activity naturally concentrates and where human routing leaves reliable traces. Good candidates, support tag frequencies, approval or review latency logs, routing delays between teams, and error rate deltas around deployments. The one-line filter to pick the right stream: is the trace frequent, meaningfully correlated with outcomes, and tied to an owner who can act? If yes, harvest it.
A short practical rule I use: pick high-frequency events that repeat weekly and that precede an outcome within a predictable window. For example, a sudden surge in a specific support tag that shows up 2 weeks before an increase in churn, or an approval taking twice as long during a particular hour block and causing throughput drops.
Move 2. Distill. You want a 2-step prompt pattern to convert raw traces into a human microsignal. Step 1. Summarize what moved and quantify it. Support tag X increased from baseline 12 to 48 incidents per day, a 300% jump over the 30-day median. Step 2. State direction and impact in plain language, and identify a candidate owner. This suggests rising friction in onboarding flows, likely product or docs, assigned to onboarding owner for first look. Baseline this for 30 to 90 days to account for seasonality before you trust thresholds.
Let me offer a compact distillation template you can copy. Signal, what moved; delta, relative change versus baseline; window, 30-90 day; why it matters, short impact line; owner, role. That single line becomes your one-line executive note. It's readable, actionable, and low noise.
Move 3. Wire. Attach a pragmatic trigger and a play so the signal drives corrective action. Trigger: threshold based on your 30-90-day baseline. Play: owner, first corrective step, rollback threshold. Keep it minimal. Owner gets 1 alert, performs 1 manual check, and executes 1 first-step corrective action. After 2 cycles with manual checks, automate if it still has value. The goal is decision advantage, not alert fatigue.
And 2 guardrails I recommend: cap the initial implementation to a single owner and a single manual verification for 2 cycles. Second, redact or aggregate sensitive details in public notes. Never broadcast raw traces that could expose customer data. Start small, measure, then scale.
Now, concrete examples. Example 1. Support tag surge. Scenario: tag billing confusion jumps from 8 per day to 40 per day over a 14-day window. Distilled signal might read: signal, billing confusion tag, delta, plus 400% versus 30-day median, window, 14D, Why it matters. Likely billing flow regression causing revenue friction. Owner, billing PM. Trigger rule. Alert at plus 150% sustained for 3 days. First step. PM checks recent changes to billing flows and top 5 recent tickets.
Example 2. Approval latency. Scenario. Approval queue time doubles during late afternoon hours, blocking deployments and reducing throughput. Distilled. Signal. Approval latency deployments. Delta. Plus 105% peak hours versus baseline. Window. 7-day. Why? Approval is gating deployment cadence. Owner. Engineering manager. Trigger. Average greater than 2 times baseline for 2 consecutive peaks. Play. Assign backup approver and measure throughput change next cycle.
Example 3. Regression spike after cadence change. Scenario. Error rate grows 1.8x after a change in deployment cadence. Distilled. Signal. Runtime error spike post-deploy. Delta. Plus 80% versus 30-day median. Window. Immediate 48H. Why? Cadence or rollout strategy introduced instability. Owner. Release engineer. Trigger. 50.
You'll notice all 3 examples follow the same pattern: visible movement, quantified delta, short window, operational hypothesis, and a named owner. That structure converts noise into a decision. Patterns create power. When everyone reads the same one-line signal, they act the same way.
Fast script you can copy this week. 4 steps, 10 minutes to start. Step A. Pick one quiet stream you already have access to. Step B. Pull a 30-day median and current window numbers. Step C. Write the one-line microsignal using the template. Step D. Send it to a single owner with a 1-step play and ask for a manual checkover 2 cycles. If it validates, set a trigger at a sensible threshold and automate notification.
Heads up. Signal, blah. Please run a quick check and reply with A, confirmed, B, false positive, or C, needs help. If confirmed twice, we'll turn this into an automated alert. Keep communication tight and outcome-focused.
2 quick cautions. First, poor baselines or seasonality will create noisy alerts. Start with 30 to 90 days and tune thresholds conservatively. Second, don't treat this as an engineering project at the outset. Keep it manual and minimal for 2 cycles to validate signal efficacy before building pipelines.
And protect sensitive data. Redact customer identifiers, aggregate counts, and store raw traces in access-controlled locations. Only publish the distilled microsignal for broad consumption.
Final quick recap. Locate high-frequency, outcome-linked traces. Distill to a one-line microsignal with a 30 to 90-day baseline. Wire a single trigger and a 1-step play with a named owner. Your single action this week: harvest 1 quiet signal and attach a trigger rule. Do that once, measure twice, and you've just increased your lead time on issues.
If you try this, tell us what you found. Which quiet trace surprised you? Which one became a real lever? We read every note we can. It helps us refine the pattern for everyone.
Subscribe for daily briefings designed for high Agentic operators. Make your next move count. Harvest 1 quiet signal this week and attach a trigger. Stay Agentic.